I told you, Tyler, when I came here that any goodness I ever had in me had been wrung out bare by my old man.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 darkest moments in the Suicide Squad.
Savant, this is your last chance. Turn back around.
I thought you were the crazy one.
I am.
Many years ago, the rumors began of a beast. These dark rumors helped the Herrera family maintain power.
For this list, we're looking at the most grim scenes in this zany DC movie. We'll also consider moments of really dark comedy. Since we're diving into the movie's events, a violent spoiler warning is in effect. What do you think was the darkest part of the movie? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Betting on who lives and who doesn't. Shortly after the first group of villains are sent on their mission to Corto Maltese, we see Amanda Waller's workers exchanging money. It turns out they're betting on whether each villain will live or bite the dust.
It's Brian Derlin. He's an expert in weapons and hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, well, I'm putting 20 on him that he's gonna bite it.
Me too, and Weasel, Boomer, and Mongal.
Is Margot an alien?
The idea that they started a twisted office Deadpool is pretty dark.
I put all my money on you, and now I just realized I'm never gonna win the
Deadpool.
Although most of the members of this edition of the Suicide Squad are pretty bad, at the end of the day, they're still human beings. If you don't count the alien Mongal or whatever Weasel is. In any case, the idea that your tech support team at work would bet on your life is pretty grim. Fortunately, Amanda's workers eventually grow a conscience and learn to help villains.
Task Force X. The creature is headed to Calle Principal. Avoid Avenida Medrano. There's a swarm of infected.
Number 9. Waller threatens Bloodsport's family. Although the imprisoned Bloodsport has a very strained relationship with his daughter Tyla, he still cares about what happens to her. Amanda chooses to exploit this weakness in order to complete her squad. We learn early on that Tyla stole a fancy kind of watch.
They said you got in trouble.
I stole
You stole what?
a style watch.
A Starlatch?
A style watch. You could watch TV on it.
Waller later says that if Bloodsport doesn't join her squad, she'll make sure his daughter ends up in Belle Reve prison.
I wouldn't take such extreme measures
Extreme? Oh yeah, a little extreme.
if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine.
Since this jail has a few of the world's worst criminals and a high mortality rate, there's a seriously dark implication behind this threat. And Waller was not bluffing. She later confirms she was fully ready to deal out a harsh punishment for a minor crime just to get what she wanted.
Hey, all that stuff about his daughter, you wouldn't really do that, right?
You don't know half of what I would do, John.
Number 8. Task Force X eliminates freedom fighters.
Task Force X, you have an additional mission directive. We've located Colonel Rick Flag. He's been taken by the enemy.
During the Corto Maltese mission, Waller orders Bloodsport's squad to rescue Rick Flag while taking down anybody they see.
I've uploaded the location on your MTS. Terminate his captors with extreme prejudice.
The villainous team is okay with this because they're told that the people they're attacking are huge threats. This leads to an extended bit of black comedy, where the squad finds creative ways to dispatch their enemies that we definitely cannot show here. After the team takes out every person in sight, they discover that Rick was never in danger. And to make matters worse, all the people the squad took down were trying to save Corto Maltese.
Why did my people not alert me of your arrival?
Knowing that they eliminated freedom fighters made us feel really bad for laughing during the squad's hilarious and brutal spree of violence.
Guns blazing!
I know, this is messed up.
Number 7. Ratcatcher 2 and Bloodsport talk about their dads.
Why are you so afraid of rats?
Why are you so in love with him, Ratcatcher 2? You know what I think? I think you have a serious case of daddy issues.
The reason why Cleo's nicknamed Ratcatcher 2 is extremely tragic. She originally grew up on the streets with her father. In order to survive, Cleo's dad, the original Ratcatcher, learned how to command rodents to steal small items for them. The father and daughter's relatively happy life together ended when the original Ratcatcher passed away due to issues with illegal substances. When Cleo tried to start over in America, she was jailed for relying on rodents like her father used to.
I took his machinery and came to America. It is a dream, right? But I was arrested. For armed bank robbery, do you believe it?
Ratcatcher 2's sad backstory also encourages Bloodsport to drop a depressing tale about his dad. By the end of this scene, we wanted to give both the villains hugs because of what they went through with their fathers.
As imperfect my father was, he loved me. I wish I could give that to you.
Number 6. Amanda sacrifices her B-team. Amanda Waller came up with a despicable plan to get Bloodsport's squad onto Corto Maltese. First, she sent a team of 9 people that included villains like Savant and her loyal Colonel Rick Flag to the island. Then, Waller ordered the team to fight a large number of Corto Maltese soldiers.
Waller, we need to retreat!
Negative, Flag. The mission is too important.
This is a tough group. You can make it.
Waller, with all due respect.
While the local army was busy taking out squad members left and right on one part of the island, she had Bloodsport's team arrive safely on an entirely different part of Corto Maltese.
Team 2 is clear to go on the North Beach.
Congratulations, Bloodsport.
This incredibly bleak reveal makes the fact that Waller personally took Savant's life because he tried to retreat from the soldiers even worse. If we had gotten to know this doomed B-team better, Amanda's cruel sacrifice play would have hit harder.
How'd you do it, Waller? There's no soldiers out here on patrol at all.
Let's just say they were distracted.
Number 5. Harley Quinn ends a bad relationship before it starts. After Harley Quinn is captured, she's forced to meet the new president of Corto Maltese. To her surprise, she has insane chemistry with the villainous figurehead. The president even offers to marry her.
You want me to what?
To marry me.
You're joshing.
But as soon as he starts talking about his sinister plans, Harley quickly gives him a fatal wound. She explains that she took him out because evil boyfriends she broke up with in the past had a tendency to come after her later.
When your taste in men is as bad as mine, they don't just go away quietly.
Although Harley doesn't name anyone, we think one of the men she's talking about is the Joker. Her violent act against the president showed how much trauma she's carrying from her relationship with the clown and others. Underneath Harley's quirky personality, she's still in pain.
All the cruelty. Tears you apart after a while.
Number 4. Why Polka Dot Man resents his mom. Throughout the movie, there's a running gag where Polka Dot Man constantly imagines that all his enemies are different versions of his mother. But we stopped laughing for a moment when he told us why. It turns out that Polka Dot Man's mother gave him a rare virus and experimented on his siblings so they would develop superpowers.
My mother was a scientist at Star Labs, and she was obsessed with turning me and my brothers and sisters into superheroes. She infected me.
Unfortunately, his abilities could cost him his life if he doesn't constantly get rid of the dots that fill his body. And if all that wasn't dark enough, Polka Dot Man lets us know that he was one of the lucky ones among his siblings.
What happened to your brothers and sisters?
Some lived. Some died.
It's a shame that he suffered his entire life just because his mom wanted a superhero in the family.
And your mom, where is she now?
Everywhere.
Number 3. Uncovering who supported the Starro experiments.
What the hell is this?
I thought you were looking for Project Starfish.
You brought us visitors, have you, Greaves?
Have you come to save me from that madman? 30 years he's kept me here.
Starro was a star-shaped alien who made extensions of itself by releasing smaller starfish from its body that latch onto people's faces. While the extraterrestrial gains a new body, each human the starfish latches onto loses their life. The villainous thinker spent decades conducting cruel experiments on these extensions of Starro. Initially, Rick Flag believed Corto Maltese officials were responsible for this starfish project. But in a shocking scene, he learns that people in the US government supported the thinker's twisted experiments.
Your government didn't send you here to protect the world from alien technology. Your government sent you here to cover up their part in it.
A large number of Starro's victims were innocent people. and the creature itself later reveals that it just wanted to be left alone.
I was happy, floating, staring at the stars.
The reveal that officials from Rick's government supported such cruel experimentation shook him and the audience to their cores. Number 2. Amanda tries to terminate the surviving squad members.
This city is mine.
When Starro the Conqueror breaks out of prison, it starts possessing people and destroying Corto Maltese. Although the squad prepares to fight the alien to save the locals, Waller doesn't want them to help.
Not our problem. If you've destroyed Jotunheim and the records within, you've achieved the objective. Corto Maltese is no longer a U.S. ally.
But the villains cannot stand the thought of letting innocent people perish. When the remaining squad go back to fight Starro, Waller tries to remotely end their lives.
Open it.
Miss Waller.
Open it! What are you doing, Task Force X?
We already knew she didn't care about the lives of Task Force X members, but seeing her attempt to assassinate people who were just trying to help made her one of the most evil people on screen. Luckily, Waller's co-workers stop her from committing what could have been the movie's darkest act. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The tragic demise of Rick Flag. One of the reasons Waller sent 2 squads to Corto Maltese was so they could destroy any records that proved Americans supported the Starfish project. But Flag wanted to expose the truth.
What are you doing? Who are you going to show that to?
Press. Goddamn people deserve to know. I'm tired of covering up their dirty little secrets.
When he tries to take an evidence-filled hard drive, Peacemaker stops him from exposing the US. The two men get into a brutal fight over the truth. But in the end, Peacemaker gives Rick a fatal blow.
Peacemaker. What a joke.
It was already painful to see one of the most morally upstanding characters meet a vicious end. But after it's revealed that the hard drive was used as a bargaining chip instead of a piece of damning evidence, Rick's demise became the grimmest moment in the Suicide Squad.
Look, I know Flag wanted to give the drive to the press, but we just saved the whole bloody city. We can't have it all.
Flag was my friend.
Mine too.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.